Well, I feel like, them not having participated in any of the games that they're making rulings on kind of puts them at a disadvantage as to actually being informed about it, because obviously the best way to figure something out like that is to have experience with it, even if it's only, cursory experience. So I think that it contributed to uninformed decision making is the biggest thing.
They never played before, and they just did whatever the faculty told them to do. So I think is a horrible thing. They went against their own rules by not talking to the students about who were going to be affected by this policy about what they were doing, and they went very secretive about it. And then they just passed it, and nobody even knew about it until days afterwards.
How many people make up the H3Z? There's like 200 people played last time. I don't know how many people play Fugitive, but I know it's more than 5. I know we have a student body that prefers to do, on-campus activities such as H3Z or other things that are way more than 5 people. Surely their input should have been sought, or maybe some kind of just warning or statement saying we're issuing a policy about this. Just telling us beforehand would have been much better.
I think it's interesting any time that officials that have no real relation to the activity or to an event make decisions. Again, for a country that strives on democracy, you're supposed to be representative. Again, obviously a university is a little bit different, but at the same time it is kind of fishy. You kind of question why they wouldn't have somebody representative, even just one there. So it kind of makes you wonder. Again, ultimately it is their decision, but you wonder why they wouldn't just have someone there just to be present, if for nothing else.
I don't know the composition of the board, but it seems like it's a very uneven, accurate, horribly skewed representation of the actual students here at K-State and what they desire and what they want.
I really think that asking the opinion of 5 students that are not involved in affected activities just undermines the students first that K-State claims to have, and I feel like it's a real demotivator to students who thought that their opinion counted, and I just feel like it undermines everything, kind of the democracy that our country's built on, for example. It didn't happen here, and I think it's kind of made a lot of people lose faith in the system.
I actually now serve as the chair of the Campus Activities Board. It's the CAB. The Campus Activities Board is made up of myself, the Speaker Pro Tem of the Student Senate, the Student Body Vice President, a representative of a student organization, not necessarily any of the ones chosen, which is where the issue comes in. A representative of a student organization chosen by the Speaker of the Senate, and a representative of the multicultural student organizations, the treasurer of the Senate, which is our allocations chair, and the Senate operations chair. So none of those students would be necessarily directly related, which is definitely an issue that we've had in the past. This season, I've taken over the board, and I recognize that this was an issue. I wasn't able to get a student representative from one of those organizations since the organization isn't a registered organization, so I wasn't able to do that. But I was able to say that we need to make sure to have students on there who weren't biased. When the previous chair spoke to me about it, there wasn't a lot of information, and there's still not a lot of information even from the activities coordinator, which is really difficult for me as a chair, that I really still don't have a lot of information of what we can do. What I do know is that the board can only hear addresses about a student organization, so it can't take a student down, it can only reprimand a student organization. So it's a very difficult situation. I'm really hoping that we can get it solved. It can't change the policy, but it definitely has the power to make students' voices heard.